Good morning. I'm the Reverend Bev Waring, and I have the privilege of serving this congregation as interim minister. One piece of housekeeping: the table where the pictures will go, if you remember to bring pictures, will be moved to the front after the children leave for their programming. And at that point, when you see the table come up front, is a good time to come up and put your pictures on that table. I'll try to remember to remind you at the time. So I want to be clear about who is welcome here. Here we welcome goblins and ghouls and saints and sinners. We welcome angels and devils, zombies and werewolves, vampires and witches. We welcome princes and princesses, aliens and astronauts, robots and cyborgs and firefighters and police officers, nurses and doctors, cowboys and cowgirls, in fact, cowfolk of all variety. We welcome ladybugs and butterflies and unicorns, dragons and dinosaurs too. We welcome both superheroes and superstars. In short, we welcome people and monsters and all other manner of creatures. Here we welcome you and all of who and what you are. So let us start worshiping together by lifting our voice in song. Our first hymn is number 389 in the gray hymnal, Gathered Here. I invite you to rise as you are able.
We're going to sing this in a round.
Uh-oh.
I have a few people offering to help. Now's the time. We'll do it in two parts. This third plus half of you, and then half of you will follow with the balance. Thank you for coming. We'll sing it through once together in unison, and then we'll do it in a round twice, starting with you. You'll be the beginning of the round.
Each Sunday morning, we share a centering ritual with Unitarian Universalists around the world, the lighting of a chalice. Here are some All Souls words by Florence Kaplow. As we kindle this flame, we honor and remember those who have passed into the mystery. Their brightness lives on in our vision, their courage lives on in our commitments, and their love continues to bless this world through us. Blessed be. Please remain seated and join in singing our unison affirmation, the words of which you will find inside the front cover of your hymnal.
Good morning. My name tag says my name is Sarah Allegretti, pronoun she, her, but my real name is Joan the Wad. She, her as well. I'm the queen of the pixies and a good friend of Jack-o'-lantern, who's also a pixie. Today, I would like to invite anyone who is dressed up to come to the front to do a Halloween parade. So come on up, we can kind of line up. Ooh, let's see who we have here. Shall we go down the line and say our names? I know, that's why I'm stalling. Thank you, Zoe. All right, Zoe, do you want to say what you are?
What am I? A squishmallow. Which? Caveman.
Elmo!
I'm a Renaissance lady.
Elsa. A skeleton.
I'm myself.
A princess.
The Red Ranger.
Red Ranger, yeah. Do you have a move for us, Red Ranger? Not today. Maybe later.
I'm a Cherokee enrolled and trained in Indian medicine.
Grim Reaper.
Wow. All right, are you ready for a parade? Here we go. Do a move. Thank you so much. What a great parade. All right, grown-ups, you're welcome to go back to your seat. And children, can you please stand in line up here? Rev Bev, you can join them. Whoa, careful, Ty. That's a sight. Okay. So under some people's chairs are a cardboard door. Check out under your chair. See if you have a cardboard door. Okay, and you can hold it up. Great. So these doors are the doors that the children and I are going to go trick-or-treating at. But instead of trick-or-treating, a lot of you brought donations. So when you knock on the door, you'll say, instead of trick-or-treat, you'll say, dab or donation. Okay? If you have a donation, you can hand out your donation. And if you don't have a donation, you can give them a dab. Who would like to demonstrate a dab? Violet, of course, please. Can you actually stand up and face everyone? Do you mind? Violet will demonstrate a dab. Okay?
They have to do that?
Yes. So you either dab or give a donation. There's food. We distributed the food a little bit amongst everyone. So, and if you're uncomfortable dabbing, you can do something else. All right. Here we go. Take a say dab. If you have a donation, hold it up high so our trick-or-treaters know where to go. Yeah, you can. So drop off your stuff there. And then grab a bag up there. Okay? Wow, there's so many donations around. If you need a new bag, they're in the corner. You can just go get them with your hands. Wow. Do you want to drop off your donation? Oh, thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you. Got a few more. Claire, do you want to trick or treat? You can. Okay. Did you want to go grab some donations? You can. Okay. All right, trick-or-treaters, come on up. Let's stand behind our big pile of donations. Are there any stray donations we did not find? Okay, let's all stand behind this pile so we can see all of these wonderful donations. So these donations are going to be brought to the Franklin Food Pantry. So thank you so much for bringing them in and for playing along. It's always fun to play. All right. Right. Can I have, if you have a door, can you hold them up? We'll just come around and do a real quick collect of the door as we sing the children out to RE. And children who are coming with me, can you grab the doors? And then we'll meet at the door, at that door. Thank you.
This is a good time to bring your pictures that you remember to bring up to the table. What did I miss? I invite you into a time of prayer and meditation. In the struggles we choose for ourselves, in the ways we move forward in our lives, it is right to remember the names of those who give us strength in this choice in living. It is right to name the power of lives well lived. We share a history with those lives. Those who lived before us have not melted into dust, have not disappeared. They are with us still. The lives that they lived help to hold us steady. Their words remind us and call us back to ourselves. Their courage and their love evoke our own. We, the living, carry them with us. We are their voices, their hands, their hearts. We take them with us, and with them choose a deeper path of living. May it be so.
At the rising and setting of the sun, at the start of every new year, and when that year is gone, as we reflect on time, as it marches on, oh, we remember them. In the chill of the winter and in spring's rebirth, in the warmth of the summer's endless days, in the blowing of the leaves, in the crisp November winds, oh, we remember them. Oh, we remember them. For as long as we live, they too shall live. For now they're a part of everything we are. And as we learn to live with a fragile, broken heart, oh, we remember them. Oh, we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, when we are lost and broken, and when we're sick at heart, and as we search for answers to the mysteries of life, oh, we remember them. When we face decisions we need to make, when we have joys we yearn to share, and as we mark the time in days we live without, oh, we remember them. For as long as we live, they too shall live. For now they're a part of everything we are. And as we learn to live with a fragile, broken heart, oh, we remember them. Oh, we remember them.
My first reading is adapted from a reading of a colleague. It's called Honoring the Ancestors of This Congregation. Let us take a moment to honor the ancestors of this congregation, the people who first came together to create a home for liberal religion here in Franklin, who worked to raise money for a building, who sat in committee meetings and created bylaws, who chopped and marinated and baked for potlucks, who painted and weeded and pounded nails and washed countless dishes, who gathered to worship, to learn, to grieve, to heal, to serve, who strove to build justice, to transform their lives and this world. We are the recipients of an incredible gift, a beautiful dream, and a sacred vision. Let us do our part to keep this congregation strong, vital, and thriving for generations to come. This next reading is entitled Immortality. It was written by my colleague, the Reverend Leslie Takahashi. In the daily weave of our lives, those who have died are still strong, guiding threads. Theirs is the golden glimmer, or perhaps the brilliant red, or the melancholy blue. Still, they are part of the whole cloth of our lives. They are the ancestors, the goers before. Through this, we know immortality. In the hour-to-hour rush of our daily tasks, they travel with us through something they taught us which is now ours to do, through something they loved which is now ours to carry out, through something we shared which is now ours alone and yet not. Through this, we know immortality. In the minute-to-minute grasp of where we are, we remember the joys our departed gave us, which opened us up to hope. We remember the sorrows we knew together, which taught us strength. The life shared which is now ours to steward. And through this, we know immortality. In the second-to-second pulse of life, we sense the spirit of those we have loved and lost. Their presence is too shy for naming, too amorphous for full knowing, and yet as real as the days we shared. Through this, we know immortality. They are more than remembered. They are memory itself. For what we love lives on in the way our beloved dead accompany us through our lives. Their words and wisdoms our guide, their humor our relief, their restless concern for the world our charge. And through this, we know immortality. I invite you now to stay seated and join in singing number 123 in the Great Hymnal, Spirit of Life. We're going to sing this through once. I have been made acutely aware, once again, these last couple of weeks, just how precious life is. Just how magnificent and heartbreaking and fragile we are as humans, as an interdependent web of life. Death of those close to us will do that if we let it. It will enter our hearts, gather us up, and remind us to remember and be present for each moment. It will intertwine itself into our minds and bones and our soul, and remind us to show up for this experience of life, however it manifests, as pain or joy, beauty, connection, grief. With all our senses alive, we show up. And it reminds us that this is a finite journey. I recently lost a friend and colleague who died suddenly and unexpectedly. We had become close during seminary, and then 12 years ago, she moved to Michigan for her first ministry. We stayed connected on Facebook. We met up whenever we were both at General Assembly. We saw each other on those occasions that she returned to Massachusetts to see family and friends. Colleen was the type of friend and colleague who, no matter how much time elapsed between in-person meetings, we picked up right where we had left off. So, one more time, I understand the importance of grieving and remembering, of riding those waves of joy and loss that tangle together and seem to buoy me up and almost drown me at the same time. A ride I know I have to endure. A ride I know I can't bypass. Often, we come to the realization that being present with the pain as well as the joy is the magic of being fully alive. Those sacred threads of my connection to Colleen, the fun and the angst of seminary, the thoughtful but also playful theological debates, anxiety over appointments to see the Ministerial Fellowship Committee, the stress of working full-time and graduate school, and maintaining some semblance of family life. Those sacred threads were never weakened by time or distance. And they're not weak now. And those sacred threads allow me to both mourn and lean into my ongoing life. My experiences with Colleen will ever be a part of my life and of my ministry and of my heart. I want you to take a moment to think about those people in your life that provide those sacred threads for you. And if you wish, I invite you in your seat, whenever the Spirit moves, to say their name, either out loud or in your heart. I close with a reading by the Reverend Heather Januels called The Sacred Thread. They once dwelled among us, the people of memory, they who knew us, they who taught us, they who heard us, they who loved us. They touch our lives time and again through their presence and their absence. Through favorite scents and favorite songs, through old stories and renewed sorrow. As the earth turns and the leaves fall, we reach back to renew the bonds between us. With hearts and hands open, we hold on to love, ever stronger than death. We reach back in gratitude and understanding. Without our time together, the pain and the joy, we would never be who we are today. We would have little to pass on ourselves. Without fear, and with thanksgiving and with hope for all that awaits, we remember those who have gone before. We honor the circle of life and death and our place within this sacred thread. Amen. Blessed be, and may it be so.
Hello, I'm David Cassay, and I currently serve on the stewardship team, the search committee, Ferry Beach committee, tech team, and the sextons. Quite a bit. But I'm going to talk about the stewardship team. We're a small group of volunteers who run the nuts and bolts of the stewardship campaign and try to encourage generosity amongst the congregation. But as you've heard many times, we are all stewards of the church, and in a sense, we're all part of the stewardship committee. The stewardship team has been meeting and is planning this year's campaign, so I thought I'd take this opportunity to tell you why I serve the church with my time and treasure. I've been coming to the church for over 20 years and quite honestly don't know what I'd do without it. There are many things that make FUSF special. For example, I recently shared with people in the church that our yard signs had been vandalized. Word got out, and I was soon getting text messages from members offering to replace the signs and help and lend support. Another example is from my mother, who recently gave up driving and now has to rely on transportation from others. She called her church to see if they, like FUSF, offer rides for people in her situation to the grocery store, doctor's appointments, and so on. FUSF has a long history of doing that for our community in need, but my mother was told by the office administrator of her church that they don't really have that service because everyone in the congregation was in the same situation as her. I'm sure that when my time comes, the church will do the same for me and offer me support. There are many other examples of what makes FUSF special, but these are just two that I thought of from recent experience. I hope you'll join me in making a contribution to FUSF this morning. You can do this by going to the FUSF website and clicking Give, or by dropping a donation in the plate as it passes today.
Our, our closing hymn this morning is our hymn of the month. It is number 1029 in the teal soft-covered hymnal. I invite you, why are you laughing at me? I invite you to rise as you are able. For those who came before us, we offer gratitude and thanks. May their memories be a blessing. May we feel surrounded by their love. As we go forth from this time and place, let us be encouraged and inspired by them, by their courage, their wisdom, and their dreams. Let us honor them by doing the work of living boldly, loving mightily, and creating a just and equitable, beloved community in their names. Amen, and blessed be. I invite you to sing our farewell song. The words are, "Carry the flame of peace and love until we meet again." We extinguish the flame in our chalice, but not what it represents: the light of reason, the warmth of community, and the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts and take out into the world. Our worship has ended. Our service continues on. My friends, go with love and go surrounded by peace.